All right, you guys, we're doing the distance formula. So this is going to be a problem that was on my playlist. It's for my Pythagorean theorem review. So we're asked to find the difference or the distance between these 2 points, point A and point B. And we're asked to express it, as you can see, in exact form. That means in simplified form, not using a radical on a calculator, not finding the square root and getting a decimal. We're doing this in a simplified radical form. So over here, as you can see, there is the distance formula right here. So really what I'm going to just do is simply plug in the numbers that I have given to me, and I'm going to label them the way that I want to label them. I'm going to just use this as my x1, y1. So this is going to be my first set of numbers. This is my second set of numbers. And so all I'm going to do is use them and plug them into the equation for the distance formula and solve to find out what my number is. So my x2, as you can see, is 38. So we're going to plug that in right here. It's minus, it's always minus. And then our x1 is negative 42. So when you substitute in a negative number, do not just drop that negative number. It has to be put in there. And then we're going to take the difference between that and we're going to solve that and square it. We're going to do plus the y2, which in this case I put negative 2 as. And then we're going to subtract. And our y1, which is 3. And then we're going to square that answer. And then we're going to take the whole thing and square root it. So what we're going to do is simplify this down a little bit. So 38 minus a negative, which would be positive. So you would actually add the opposite. And that's going to give you 80. So we'll have 80 squared. Plus negative 2 minus 3, which is negative 5. When combined together, squared. And then we're going to square root that answer. 80 squared is 80 times 80, which is 6,400. Plus negative 5 times negative 5, which is 25. Square root that answer. Obviously, total would be 6,425. And so here, if you were asked to just use a calculator, you would just go ahead and use a calculator. So if I used a calculator on this and I just type this into a calculator, you'd get a rough answer of about 80.2. And this would be units because we don't know what the units are. So that's this. But I'm asked to do this in exact form. So what that means is that I want to simplify this radical here and not just give me a decimal. So what we're going to do is think about perfect squares that go into 6,425. And the highest one that goes into it is 25. So what we're going to do is you're going to have the number, square root of 6,425. You have the square root of 25 that goes into it evenly, times the square root of 257. Now, this is a perfect square. Square root of 25 is 5. But 257 has no perfect squares that go into it. And it's not a perfect square itself. So therefore, simplest form would be, in radical form, 5 root 257. And that's as far as you're going to go with that. If you want more questions like this, find them on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at U1Algebra. All these can be located in the Pythagorean Theorem playlist. And don't forget to share, save, like, follow, and we'll see you soon.